Flosstube. This is Lori from Mischievous Stitches. I had a question this week on one of my videos from Sylvia from Beck Island or Beckus Land on here on Flosstube that asked to see the WIPs from my basket that I mentioned last weekend in my video. So I'm going to show you a quick quickly my basket. It's usually full. I have a couple pieces in there, but those are the ones I showed you last weekend, so I thought I'd show you the rest today. This is a piece that I took a class with Blackbird Designs at the Silver Needle in Tulsa, Oklahoma a couple years ago. And this is a class piece. I have finished this completely. The needle case is complete. But this, I have the piece stitched. I have the paper mache box painted and waxed, but just have not mounted this piece and completed it and put it on top of that pincushion. So I need to get to work on that. I'm terrible at finishing. It once intimidated me pretty greatly. I've gotten over that, but it's just a case of taking the time, sitting down and pulling out this basket and finishing what needs to be finished. This is a piece I took as a stitch along with the ladies and my local embroiderers guild. I was once a member of that guild, and this was a Christmas ornament. I guess you would call this a needle point. It's on stretcher bars. I had never used those before until this time, but I did not have enough thread to complete it. I'm by no means a thread miser, meaning I will not stitch with thread until it's this short, but at the same time I do not I do use them wisely. So, but this kit did not have enough threads, and I've just not picked up what I need to finish it up. This is a Nora Corbett design. I do have several Mirabilia Nora Corbett designs stitched and framed and on my walls, and each of my girls, I have two girls, they each have a mirror piece that I have completed for them. But this is the Gardenia Fairy. I don't typically stitch the fairies, but I purchased this one because it reminds me of lightning bugs from the summer. So if you look at her now, can you see it? As a child, I've got great memories of spending the summers outside in the dark in my backyard and catching fireflies in a jar and putting them on my bedside table in my room, and just good memories, and that's what she reminded me of. But this is what I have completed on her. You can see I have some of the beads and some of the treasures, and this is on the printed fabric. You see that side is white, but this side you can see the gray in there. I had never stitched on one of the printed fabrics like that and thought I would give it a try on this piece. I also have another one. This is actually one of the 15 starts in the 2015 that I had, and this was piece number 2. I said I finished a couple of them, but there are several in this basket like this one. This is start number 4. This is Venetian Opulence by Mirabilia. All the threads and everything inside. But I used the bags just to kind of keep track of which ones I started on which days. And this was just a meager start. This is all that I got completed on her. And I will go back to her because I love the colors, and as I said, I've stitched several of the Mirabilias and I do love them, but I typically choose to stitch the ladies in the big beautiful dresses. They just really appeal to me. And this is another Nora pattern. This is a piece that she designed for the retreat that she attended in Italy. And my friend Shannon had gifted this pattern to me. And I started this as number 5 on the 15 and 15. And this is what I have complete. Very meager start. I will go back to this one as well. And I think I do have a few more WIPs back there in my room somewhere, but they're hidden. This is a piece that was a stitch along on Facebook that was organized by Natasha, a Stitcherella here on Flosstube. November was a year ago, and this is my meager start on this one. I do eventually want to go back to this one because this is Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I love everything about it. I love to cook. My husband and I host our family here at our house. We have a house full. I cook for 2 days normally. I just love everything about it, and it's so much more low-key than my Christmas Christmas is not as enjoyable to me as I would like it to be because I've not mentioned before, but I'm a postmaster of several small offices here in South Carolina, and Christmases are just, like I said, not as enjoyable as I wish they were. So Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. This is a pattern by the Victoria Sampler. This was a stitch along that was hosted by my local shop, Counted Stitches, that has since closed. And I can see in here that it was started in 2009. This is all that I have completed. And I never got much further on it because at the time my children were small, lots of cheerleading practices and soccer practices, and I was never able to attend the stitch nights that they would hold to host this stitch along, and so I just never got very much further. I do want to pick it back up and work on it because it's all the sampler stitching related. This piece here is a class that was hosted. It was a class given by Catherine Theron, and it was hosted by a local sampler guild, the Burt Whistle Sampler Guild. This is the piece. I do love the colors. I love that it has specialty stitches in it. Once again, the picture does not do that piece justice at all, but this is all that I've gotten complete. I almost have the outline of the sampler there so that I can work on those specialty stitches. I just need to sit down and work on it. I also have this piece. It is from Just Cross Stitch 2013 Halloween magazine. Once again, Yvonne, the Night Owl Stitcher, and I had decided we were going to work on a Halloween piece together that year. Not a specific one, but each of us work on a Halloween piece, just kind of commit. And this is what I had. I lost my place in the magazine when I pulled this out, so I'm not going to dig through. But just know that it's a monochrome piece, and it's called Spooky Tree, and I'm starting from the bottom up. So not much further, and you'll be able to see the branches. This piece of fabric I had bought from Youthful Hand Needleworks on Facebook, and at the time she would post pieces of fabric. I guess they were test pieces and say, it's $10, whoever speaks up first gets it. And that's one I had purchased with no idea what I would actually stitch on it, but that Spooky Tree is perfect for that fabric, and it's just a really cool piece. This is a freebie pattern. I attended the first Mirabilia retreat that was hosted by Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics here in Greenville, South Carolina, and it was so neat. This is the piece, and Nora actually designed it here at the retreat with all of us ladies, and it was so neat to see her process of how she does things. But here's my start on that. So I don't quite have a quarter of the piece done. But this piece of fabric was my first piece of Picture This Plus fabric, and I purchased that in Tennessee at the Dixie Darling, which is a needlework shop, and it's right across from the old mill for which the city of Pigeon Forge was named after. So stop by there sometime if you're ever in Tennessee, have a good meal at the old mill, and walk across to visit the Dixie Darling. You will not be let down. You will enjoy it. This is Summer Quakers. This design and the threads and the fabric were given to me at a Secret Sister exchange that was held by Leslie of Under the Sea Fabrics on her Facebook page. And my Secret Sister went over the top. See those Valdawnies and the fabric and the pattern. I don't even know that I would actually call this a start. A whole 15 stitches. I started this on a vacation trip last year, and as my friend Ann, who watched my videos last week, hey Ann, I love you, I'm so glad that you watched, and I miss you. We discussed it one time, and we decided that 30 stitches was considered a start, so that one's not really a start, but I thought I'd share it anyway. And this will be the last piece I show you today. This was a round robin that was held by, I don't remember who hosted the round robin, but the ladies I was in the round robin with, I give them the choice of which lady they'd like to stitch. I stitched the outlines and was working on the peacock, and I passed it. They would stitch it and pass it on to the next stitcher, but this is what they had chosen to stitch on it for me. In working with this, I learned that round robins are just not for me. I did not enjoy it. first and last round robin for me. That's all the stitching I have, but I do have something I'd like to share with you that I found this week. My good friend Dawn, and she loves to go antiquing. I don't find it as enjoyable as she does, but I love to be with her. So, you know, I still go, you know, I go and I find something to do while she's antiquing. I call it junking. But this time I found something that will go perfect up in the room that I told you my daughter has gotten, you know, is married. I've never done anything with a room. I'm going to make it a craft sewing room. And I found these pieces, and girls, $3, framed piece. They are pages from McCall's magazine, or from, there's a couple that are from Ladies Home Journal. It's so funny that I found these with Dawn, because last year we decided with 2 other friends to sew aprons in this old style. So to find this piece with a page of aprons, anyway, I was over the top. I have 4 framed pieces like that. They were each $3 a piece. And there's a couple I'm going to show you. My favorite ones is this one. And this one is from 1930. I have about 15 different pages like this, but there's 2 to 3 pieces in each one of those. So it's not like it's just, you know, just one page in there. This is another of my favorites, the Halloween designs, the costumes. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I have one that is of a wedding. I'm trying to rush because my video does not want to last very long. This is like take 15. Here it is. And I will leave you with this. I believe this is from 1914. And this is a wedding party. You all have a great weekend. Hugs and stitches, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.